Amara was 19, beautiful in an effortless way, with sun-kissed brown skin, almond eyes that always carried questions, and a quiet strength she herself didn't recognize. Ever since her father's death, she had lived under the cold authority of her stepmother, Madame Gloria, a woman who wore elegance like armor and cruelty like perfume. Their home in the countryside had once been filled with laughter, but since her father's passing, it had become a house of silent servitude. Gloria treated Amara as a maid, assigning her endless chores, denying her education, and constantly reminding her that she was lucky to still have a roof over her head. Then one afternoon, Gloria called Amara into the living room. Her lips painted a perfect scarlet smile, the kind that always meant danger. "Amara," she began, "I have found a husband for you." Amara froze. "A husband?" "Yes, Mr. Adrian Cole, a wealthy man from the city, but—" Gloria's voice dipped in mock sympathy. "He is blind. His family seeks someone patient, caring, someone who won't mind living quietly." Amara's heart clenched. "But I don't even know him." Gloria's eyes hardened. "You will marry him, Amara. This is your chance to save this household. You will obey me, or you can find somewhere else to live." And that was it. Amara's life was decided for her, a pawn in Gloria's desperate social climb. The wedding was small, private, and cold. Adrian Cole sat quietly at the altar, wearing dark glasses, his face calm but unreadable. He spoke gently, his voice deep yet detached. He didn't smile, didn't reach for her hand. Amara tried to steady her shaking voice as she said, "I do," her heart heavy with fear of the unknown. When they arrived at his estate, a vast mansion hidden behind tall iron gates, she realized just how wealthy he truly was. Even though Gloria had said he was comfortable, this was beyond anything Amara had imagined. Marble floors, chandeliers, servants who greeted her with formal bows. It felt like stepping into another world. Adrian's assistant, a man named Victor, welcomed her warmly. "Mr. Cole will need your assistance in daily matters," he said. "He values privacy, but he appreciates honesty." That night, Amara sat across from her new husband at dinner. He wore his glasses still, eating quietly, every move precise. He seemed distant, almost too composed for someone blind. "You must be tired," Adrian said at last, his tone polite. "Yes, a little," Amara replied nervously. "You don't have to be afraid here," he said softly. "You're free to speak your mind." But she didn't believe him. She had been silenced for too long. Days turned into weeks. Amara learned to guide him around, to read to him, to help with his meals. He was kind, respectful, never raised his voice. Yet something felt off. Sometimes, she'd catch him turning his head too precisely toward a sound before it even happened. Once she dropped a vase. He reached out before it hit the ground. And when she entered a room quietly, his lips would curve in a faint smile, as if he knew she was there. She started doubting his blindness. One night, curiosity got the better of her. She tiptoed into his study while he was away. On his desk lay documents, property deeds, investment portfolios, company seals. Billion-dollar companies. Adrian Cole wasn't just rich. He was powerful. And then she saw it, a medical file partially open. No mention of blindness. Just routine eye examination vision. 20/20ths. Her blood ran cold. He wasn't blind. That evening, she confronted him. Her voice trembled. "You can see, can't you?" Adrian froze. The silence was sharp. Then, slowly, he removed his glasses. His eyes were piercing, steel gray, intense, alive. "Yes," he said quietly. "I can." "Why? Why would you lie to everyone? To me?" he sighed, leaning back. "Because I wanted to find someone real. I'm surrounded by people who see only money, not the man behind it. I needed to know if someone could care for me without knowing my wealth." Her heart ached with confusion. "So you made me believe you were blind? You tricked me into pitying you." "I never forced you to marry me, Amara," he said softly. "I agreed to your stepmother's proposal because I saw something in you. When I first met her, She bragged about her obedient stepdaughter. But when I saw you, quiet, bruised by life, yet still gentle, I wanted to help you. The blindness was a test, to see if your kindness was genuine. Tears welled in her eyes. And what did you find? He smiled faintly. That you are the most genuine person I've ever met. The truth changed everything. Amara's resentment turned to conflicted admiration. Adrian treated her with respect, offered her freedom to study, to work, to live her life on her own terms. He even confronted Gloria, revealing his identity and shaming her greed before cutting all ties. Months later, Amara found herself no longer the poor, frightened girl she had been. She had grown into a confident woman, educated, independent, and loved. And Adrian, the man who once pretended to be blind, now saw her clearer than anyone ever had. Their love was no longer born from deception, but from discovery, the kind that strips away pretense and finds truth in the heart of another. Years later, as the sun set behind the sprawling estate, Amara stood in the garden, her hand in Adrian's. "Do you ever regret lying to me?" she asked with a teasing smile. He chuckled softly. "Every day. But if I hadn't, I might never have met the only woman who saw me when the world chose to look away." She smiled back, eyes glistening. "Then perhaps, Mr. Cole, your blindness wasn't such a curse after all." And together, they walked into the light, seeing each other not with eyes, but with truth.